What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our team builder for the finals of the Elite Battle League. Yes, I did say finals. You might be wondering, where has the EBL been at? Well, our Week 7 matchup, I explained in our update video, he forfeited. He just straight up forfeited on us. It was kind of annoying. I was actually really upset because I felt amazing about the matchup. Like, the matchup was really good in my favor, and I was bringing a Scarf Floette. I wanted Scarf Floette to be on the top of the kill leaders, because realistically, it would have been. I would have been able to pick up more than my fair share of kills with the Floette in that game because of all of the fairy weaknesses he had on his team. I felt really confident about the matchup. But he just decided to forfeit straight up and whatnot. And then we made it into playoffs, obviously, off of that. And nobody was really active for a while. Like, nobody's been active in the chat whatsoever. So the commissioner just kind of decided to, bump ahead to the finals, where I'm actually taking on the commissioner himself. Which is really cool because he was the Week 1 opponent of the team that I took over. So it feels kind of almost full circle and almost like poetic justice that I get to take him on here in the finals. I think that's really cool. After dragging this fucking team out of the very bottom of the barrel, so I'm very pleased with that situation. But his team, I understand how he went undefeated the whole season. I understand entirely. His team is busted. His team's actually broken beyond words. It is busted as hell. His team consists of Frogadier, which is his EBL user. Or not an EBL user, which is one of his Z users. He has Yanma and Palpitoad. He has Ponyard, Natu, Cottony, and Diglett, who can all utilize EBLite. He has Monferno and Lickitung. And then he has Alolan Meowth, which is a Z user that can also utilize EBLite if it wants to. And he has Bunnelby. So, let's just go over some of the threats as simply as we can. Frogadier. It has Protean and it's a Z user. That is scary enough as it is. He has a free stab Z move of whatever the fuck he wants on any of my Pokemon. That is not exactly a feels good moment for me. Because I have to try to... Essentially, when Frogadier gets on the field, I have to either be able to kill it immediately without it being able to do shit, or I have to pick which one of my mons I want to die, essentially. So that's terrifying. Yanma, if it has speed boost, he can just outspeed my entire team easy mode, and I just get swept, potentially by Yanma, if he brings the right set. So that's scary. Palpitoad, Palpitoad's not really that scary. It's a nice 4x weakness. It doesn't get to hold the EBLite, so it might be Rindoberry, if anything, but I have enough grass coverage on my team that I can pretty much handle Palpitoad without any real issue. So that one's not really too big of a problem. Ponyard is a massive threat. Not only is it a hard-hitting knockoff user, but some of my biggest offensive mons being Haunter and my Honedge and stuff like that do not appreciate being knocked off, and it can also Pursuit Trap my Haunter. So I'm going to have to be really careful about how I play Haunter if he brings the Ponyard, because he could just Pursuit Trap my Haunter, and that's just that. That's pretty much game. So I'm going to have to be really smart about how I play it. That's super scary to deal with. Hopefully I can beat the Ponyard. Hopefully I can still beat the Ponyard. I'm scared of the Ponyard. I'm not going to lie. The Ponyard's one of the scarier mons on his team as well. He has Natu, so I'm going to have to be really cautious about trying to get any hazards up on the field if I do try for that, because he has Magic Bounce. So that could be a problem. Cottony is kind of annoying just because it has Prankster. I do have a Dark type on my team this week, but it's also weak to both of Cottoney's stabs, so can't exactly justify bringing in my Dark type to kind of shut down its pranksterness. So kind of have like a pseudo way of beating the prankster Cottoney, but it depends on what kind of set he brings. If he brings like Prankster Tailwind, then I'm just gonna be like really, really up shit's crick with no paddle. Simplest way I can put that. So there's that problem. Diglett as Arena Trap, and while, yeah, it's frail as all hell, it still has Arena Trap and can still trap something of mine if he plays it right and then just kill it. And then all of a sudden, well, shit, I guess I don't get my, I guess I don't get to use that mon anymore, and I guess that he just gets free kills with Diglett. And that's a huge problem. So I'm going to have to play very, very carefully around the Diglett. Monferno has priority and is faster than the majority of my offensive threats, and my team doesn't exactly deal well with its typing, so that's a problem. Lickitung I'm not super worried about because it's really slow, and actually it's just outside of being able to use Eviolite, so it's not nearly as bulky as it normally would be, but it's still a potential Cleric / Wish Passer, and that's annoying. Alolan Meowth as a Z user's not. It's interesting. I think Meowth does still get Meowth does still get Parting Shot. Alolan Meowth does still get Parting Shot, like its evolved counterpart. So that's annoying that he could potentially Z Parting Shot if he really wanted to. And then Bunnelby has huge power, and that thing hits like a truck. So this game is going to be ridiculously hard, and I'm going to have to essentially just play out my goddamn mind in order to pick up a W against him. Like, it's gonna be hard as hell to win this. I'm not exactly expecting a victory. I'm gonna be completely real. I'm not expecting a victory here. This is gonna be easily one of the most difficult matches I'll probably play for a while. Like, I'm scared. I'm legitimately, terrified of this matchup a lot. Like, I don't want... If there was anyone that I wanted to face in the finals, I did want it to be him, but at the same time, I really didn't. So, yeah, here's the team that we're going to try to use to beat him. Hopefully it doesn't fail to do so. We have our Nappy Angst the Haunter. By the way, all of our mons, since it's the finals, I'm making everyone shiny because everyone's coming out in their Sunday best for the finals, which is great. We're actually having the finals battle on this upcoming Sunday for when I'm recording this, so it's pretty dope. But we were just max special attack, max speed, timid nature, because we have to be. Because he has both the Diglett and the Yanwood speed tie. So, the notion with this is, with us being Scarfed, if he doesn't bring a Scarf on Frogadier, we'll outspeed it. If he speed boosts on Yanma, he has to get to +1. He has to get to +2 to potentially outspeed us. If he gets to +1, it'll still be a speed tie. So it'll still be a chance of us winning that speed tie and killing him. So that's a potentially really good thing for us. And when it comes to Diglett, if we can break a potential Sash, if he does bring a Sash, then we'll outspeed that thing, unless it's a Scarf Diglett. But, the cool thing about this also is Diglett can't trap us. We actually have 2 mons on our team that Diglett cannot trap because they're ghosts. So, which is really, really nice because you cannot trap ghost types. So, I'm really, really pleased with that situation. Any mon that can't be trapped by a Diglett is a good mon for my team, in my opinion. So, really pleased with that situation. Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, and Energy Ball. I'm not including Sludge Wave for the Cottony because I don't want to stay in on Cottony, ever. I have plans of how I'm going to deal with Cottony because, I don't want to be, Stun Sport or something by it, and then my Scarf Haunter, which is extremely essential to have all the speed that it can, then is officially neutered, and I don't want to deal with that. So we're not even going to try against that thing, but Shadow Ball hits pretty much everything on his team, minus the Lickitung and Bunnelby. Really, really hard. And the Palpitoad, like we can't, or not the Palpitoad, the Pawniard. We can't touch the Pawniard, but Thunderbolt is here for like the Yanma and the Frogadier. We can nuke those entirely with the Thunderbolt, which is nice. We have Dazzling Gleam for neutral hit on the Pawniard if we get the chance to, as well as a super effective hit on the Alolan Meowth, which is also a really, really nice thing to be able to do. So hopefully we can get that off. And then we have the Energy Ball specifically for the Palpitoad, if that situation arises. Realistically, I would like to have Pawniard gone if it comes before Haunter hits the field, because then Haunter can click move and not worry about potentially getting trapped. That's the thing that matters to me. I don't want to get trapped by a fucking Pawniard. That's the big scary thing here. So I'm going to be really trying hard to get rid of that thing, and I have a couple mons that can do that. And the first one is Bacon Bits are Assault Vested Thick Fat Pignite. The spread's kind of wacky, just because there's like 4s thrown everywhere, and that's literally just because the 4s are thrown around just because of the IV spread for the HP Grass. We're running Flame Charge, Wild Charge, Superpower, and Hidden Power Grass. Flame Charge is just so that we can get speed up. We are actually EV'd so that we can outspeed a... once we go to +1, we outspeed a max speed Frogadier. So no matter what he switches into this thing, like, we'll be able to outspeed everything on his team, bar like Scarfers and Speed Boost Yanma. But still we'll be able to outspeed everything that's not Scarfed, which is great. We have the Flame Charge, which will still do a decent chunk to the Cottony. We'll still do a massive amount to the Cottony, actually, as well as also being able to do a crazy amount to the Yanma. The Assault Vest will actually help us take on the Yanma, because unless we get flinched by the Air Slashes, we should be able to survive. So that's a really cool thing for us. I'm really hoping that that works out well in our favor. We have the Wild Charge, which is there as another way of hitting, as a way of hitting the Frogadier. It actually KOs a non-defensive invested Frogadier, which is nice. Just straight up. It also will hit the Yanma really hard. It will hit the Natu really hard. It'll hit the... That's actually it. We have Superpower for the Lickitung / Bunnelby. Superpower especially brought for the Lickitung because of the simple fact that Lickitung is not able to hold Eviolite, so I know that the Superpower can actually KO the Lickitung, as well as Superpower being able to just straight up annihilate the Pawniard. I think even at -1, we still actually OHKO the Pawniard. I think, depending on if it's Eviolite or not, which is really, really fucking cool. Makes me happy. And then we have the Hidden Power Grass with the 56 IVs and whatnot. We have the Hidden Power Grass just for the simple sake of being able to hit the Palpitoad. Without HP Grass, we can't hit Palpitoad. And, like, that thing, if he brings it... Because there really wasn't a 4th move that I wanted on this. So if he brings that Palpitoad, we need to just have any possible... Like, every mon on our team, for the most part, has to be able to hit the Palpitoad for something. So that's why we have that. We're bringing actually a very offensive build to this matchup, and I'm hoping that it works out in our favor. But the next one we're bringing is going to be Racing Stripes, our Blitzel, and this is probably the most heat set we're going to be bringing. It is a Sap Sipper. It's Sap Sipper with a Hasty Nature, enough speed to outspeed Natu. And we have the Waterium Z for the Z Rain Dance with Thunder, HP Grass, and Flame Charge. So the plan with this set is this is kind of our switch into Cottony if he brings it. I think he will too, because I think the Prankster will be very, very nice for his team against me. I think he'll notice that. So I think this thing can switch into Cottony pretty well, outside of it potentially going for like Moonblast or some shit. and we can take hit. We can take a hit. We can flame charge against it, get our speed up, and then depending on what he goes into, we can maybe Z Rain Dance at some point as well. And then we have 100% accurate thunders. We will be at +1 speed, so we will be able to outspeed shit. We'll be able to potentially flame charge on other things and get more speed. 100% accurate thunders, and then we have the HP Grasp for the Palpitoad. So, like, if he sees a Z Rain Dancing, he'll be like, oh, it can go Palpitoad. He's got the 100% accurate thunders. Oh, HP Grass, get the fuck out. So we're going to try to get this thing to be as fast as possible, and then once we get to be as fast as possible, we'll be able to start OHKOing and tearing through his team with this Blitzel. This is kind of like a late-game potential sweeper if we can get it off, and I'm really hoping we can get it off. So, that is the plan with this Blitzel set. If it works, I'm going to be so proud of myself. If not, then, oh well, I tried to do some heat stuff. But I think it could be really, really cool if it does work. So, next one we're bringing is That's Right, the Meowth. And the literal only reason we're bringing Meowth this week is for the priority of Fake Out. That's it. It sucks because the way we're running it is we don't get our maximum speed. So we can't speed tie with his Meowth, which sucks. But at the same time, like, it's not... Actually, since we can't speed tie with his Meowth, why don't we just drop our speed stat down to the next fastest thing? I think that's Monferno. I think that's 146. So let's go down to 147. I can actually run that calc real quick. Damage calc. Inferno. 252. Yeah, 146. So we're gonna sit at 147 for this, which I think will be better. And then we're going to put the rest into, at least a majority of the rest, into our special attack stat, because we are running Fake Out, Knockoff, Hidden Power, Fighting, and U-Turn with the Life Orb and Technician. So, reason for the set is, one, it's another thing to potentially take out Pawniard. HP fighting is very important for hitting that Pawniard. He might think that he can set up on Meowth pretty easily, I think. So, he's gonna use that HP fighting to try to take out that Pawniard if I can. I'm hoping that he thinks that he can set up on Meowth so that he can just go straight ahead he'll go straight for an SD, thinking he's safe, and then I can actually just go for it, Hidden Power Fighting, and knock him out. That's also barring the potential for like chip damage on him or whatnot. That's what I'm really hoping for. But I think Hidden Power Fighting is a really good bring for us against that thing. I actually want to see how much this does. Meowth. Technician. Hidden Power Fighting. 64 against Pawniard. Oh, damn. Okay. So, like, he has to be max HP EBL to potentially take that hit, but at the same time, like, wait, actually, that's not even counting us being Life Orb. Yeah, he does not take this hit. It does 88 to 105 if he's max HP. If he's not max HP, we just guaranteed to pick up the KO. So, this set could potentially be a game changer and a lifesaver in this game. So we can potentially take that thing out. Priority Fake Out's going to be great. Do a lot of damage to almost everything on his team. He has no ghost type, so I can basically just bring this thing in for free and click Fake Out on anything I want. And then we can click Knockoff on certain mons. We can also click Knockoff on switches and get rid of items that I don't want people having. If he thinks he can switch in something that potentially has an EBL on me, that's hilarious. You're not allowed to do that. I won't allow it. And then I have the U-turn if I'm in a matchup that I'm not too favorable on. I can U-turn on out of it and get myself into something that I'm a little bit more favorable with. So that's the plan with our Meowth set. Again, this is sticking to our very, very offensive build for this week because I think it'll be more effective for us. Next up, we have Liability, our Intimidate Krokorok with the Pasho Berry, and there's a reason we have Pasho Berry because I think the Frogadier is more than likely not going to be running an Ice move, or if it is running the Ice move, I think it's less likely to go for the Ice move in this matchup. I think it's more likely to go for the Water move because I don't have a Water Resist. So I know that's being kind of wild with this set, but it's the best that I got. And like, realistically, like, okay, if I was bringing, say I brought like Slowpoke and I brought Staravia and I brought Shroomish, I would think that he might want to go for the Ice move instead, and I probably would have gone with Yachi. But I'm just bringing Krokorok and I'm bringing Bacon Bits. I'm bringing Pignite. So I think he's more than likely to go for the Water move. I think against us, I think that'll be his more than likely thing to click. And if he does do that, I'll pop my Pasho. I can potentially live that hit, which would be really, really great, and I can get off a big Earthquake or something on him. Another thing, too, I'm going to bring Rocks on this Mon, because realistically, I don't think he'll want to switch his Natu in on this thing, because I don't think he wants to switch Natu in on a knockoff. A potential knockoff, at least. I think that would be a very scary kind of play to make. And realistically, it is a terrifyingly insane play to make. So I don't think he'll do something like that. I think if anything, his switch into this thing would more than likely be Cottony. If he brings it, I think that'd be a solid switch in. That or Palpitoad, potentially. But I don't think he would want to switch Natu in on this thing. It's just too risky of a play. He switches it in, gets knocked off, and then just gets fucked up. But, you know, just in case he does want to do that, we do have the knockoff, and we also have the Pursuit. Pursuit is our way of stopping Natu from being too big of a threat. We can actually Pursuit trap that thing. If it switches in on us and goes for we go for a knockoff, it switches in on us, we get rid of its Eviolite or whatever, and that's like, oh shit, I gotta switch out. Pursuit, bam, it's gone. And Natu has been handled immediately. And that is good. That is perfect. So hopefully that can work out in our favor and we can actually get Rocks up. And Rocks against his team will be really fucking sweet. Breaking Sash on Diglett, chipping away at things like the Monferno, the Lickitung, the Meowth Bunnelby. 50% to Yanma, which is huge. Any chip damage I can get against his team, I will take it. So I'm going to really, really try hard to get Krokorok to... to get those rocks up ASAP in the game. So that's the plan with that. And the last one we're bringing is going to be Excalibur, our Honedge. Eviolite, no guard, obviously, for its ability. Swords Dance, Shadow Sneak, Sacred Sword, and Iron Head. This thing, hopefully, will be able to do some decent work for us because, like, if it can get rocks up, this thing does a lot more work for us. Because once I get an SD up, we have the priority with Shadow Sneak, which will be able to really, really hurt things like the Yanma, hurt things like the Frogadier, really tear through some of his non-Eviolite mons really well. We have the Sacred Sword. We are actually EV to outspeed and min-speed Lickitung. So we can actually Sacred Sword on something like the Lickitung or even the Bunnelby potentially. We are Eviolite, so maybe we can actually take a knockoff from the Pawniard and kill it with a Sacred Sword, which would also be really nice. And just overall, I think this set can do some decent damage to his team. Like, even if I get an SD up, if I scare something out and I get an SD up, I can potentially just go straight ahead and just start clicking moves and just doing as much damage as I possibly can before Excalibur dies. Like, I don't expect Excalibur to straight up sweep his team. But I expect Excalibur to at least be able to pick up, like, maybe a kill or two, or really dent holes in a lot of his mons. I think that's the whole point of having Honedge this week is just to dent his team severely. Like, I think we can really, really hurt him with this mod, so really hoping that this works out. I'm terrified that I'm bringing such an offensive build, but I think this is like the best possible play for this week. I think this can really, really work in our favor. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of the team and whatnot. We are actually going to go ahead and get into the battle right now, and let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is back. He has returned. The prodigal son has returned. And it's time for us to get this party started. So we are leading with Krokorok. My mind has not been changed by these occurrences. And we will fuck shit up. Alright, so he leads with this thing, which is probably the one thing I didn't want to see. Step 1, set up rocks. Because I know I can take any hit. I'm going to set up the rocks. He's going to go for the Scald. That's really unfortunate that my Pasho is wasted here, and he burns me. Oh, the turn 1 Scald burn. Oh, that hurts. I'm going to go for the knockoff here, though. Get rid of whatever his items. Rindo Berry, that's fine. That's actually pretty great that I got rid of the Rindo. I'm going to Earthquake here, because it'll do as much damage as I possibly can to him. It was 20%. That's fine. Let me try to calc that. Palpitoad. Level 50. Scald. Scald did 47% through the Pasho, so that's no investment. And burned, let's see, burned, let's give him the Rindo Berry. Rindo Berry, that's a ring target, Rindo Berry. Burned, knockoff did 17. So burned and knockoff did 17%. That is a fully physically defensive set, 100%. There's no arguing that. That is 100% physically defensive. So, Bacon Bits does not kill from this range. Actually, well, no, wait. Rindo is now knocked off, so Bacon Bits can kill from this range. Can Blitzel kill from this range? Blitzel can also kill from this range. So it's pretty much just a toss-up of which one I want to go for the kill with at this point. And I want to go with... I feel like Bacon Bits is just way too important in this matchup. So I'm going to go to Blitzel. And I'm going to HP Grass. He might not want to preserve this thing because it can drop pretty easily. HP Grass is so obvious right now. But I have to. So he's going to go into Licky Tongue. Licky Tongue, alright. Level 50. HP Grass did 14%, so that's just max HP. Yup. I'm trying to think of all the things that this thing can do. Knockoff might be its play right now, so I think I'm going to Thunder. I missed the Thunder. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on, dude. That Thunder was huge. I mean, I can HP Grass this turn. Again. He misclicked his way into the Palpitoad. Nice. It was a misclick that worked in his favor, for sure. That Thunder miss is big. That done like 30 to 40%. And that could have been big damage. But we're going to get rid of this Palpitoad here, which is nice. Now, what can he possibly go into? That miss hurt. That miss really upsetting. Could have also gotten the pair on that too. That would have been really nice. Could have avoided that nice fucking 40% from the knockoff. Or at least gotten some massive damage off on the Lickitung first. I'm gonna go for the Z Rain Dance now, just in case he like doesn't kill me or does something crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Frogadier just kills me like with no matter what. I'm pretty sure he just kills me here. Like any move just kills me straight up. There's no way around it, but it'd be nice if he had like the one move that won't. Or if he misclicks and does some stupid shit, that'd be great. He's gonna Z on this turn. Z Rain Dance. Wait a minute. We held out the Z Rain Dance tech. That's hilarious. Oh my god, I actually am fucked. I almost clicked Thunder on this turn too. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so upset. Oh, I almost clicked Thunder. I almost clicked the Thunder. That's so... Oh, dude. Alright, how do I play this now? I have to... First of all, I have to stall out the rain. So I have to go to Meowth here and go for the Fake Out immediately. Fake Out should do well over half to this thing. Question, if I had Faint, would I be able to just save myself here? Yep. If I had Faint, this whole situation would be so much better. Oh, of course he got the burn. Come on. Are you kidding me? That is the second Scald burn in this game. Oh my god. This is the finals. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. This is some shit. Oh, I'm getting so mad right now. Oh. Oh. Dog, why? If I had clicked Thunder with Blitzel, this whole game would have been entirely different. This whole game would have been a completely different ball game. That thing would have dropped so fast. That would have been great. Damn it, dude. And being a +1 speed, that pretty much guarantees he outspeeds my whole team, too. I have to just go for the fake out. I have no other play I can make, because if I don't, he just sweeps me. I'm gonna go for the HP fighting. He might try to set up on me, thinking I can't have nothing I can do about it. I have to go for this HP fighting. Let's just kind of see what this pawn yard is looking like. Yes! Okay, it worked. Okay, that plan worked. Whew. I can rest a little easier now that thing is gone. How do I win this? Having Feint on me out is how I would have won this. Feint would have been so clutch. Okay. So realistically right now, I have one option. And that is, I'm going to go for a U-turn. He's going to scald and kill me, that's fine. Now I can go into Haunter, because Haunter is scarfed. And Haunter, what Haunter can do, is it's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, because I will be able to kill this thing, obviously. It'll die to rocks on re-entry anyway. It hits everything on his team. I like Thunderbolt better. Yep. I have to preserve this thing entirely because I can't afford to be knocked off. If I lose my Assault Vest on Pig Knight right now, it's not a huge deal. He goes for the Body Slam immediately. That was a smart play on his part. I have to Flame Charge first every time. No matter what, I have to Flame Charge first. That goes without saying. So I am Flame Charging right now. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm Flame Charging. I Flame Charge this turn, and I Superpower following turn no matter what. Okay. Actually, I Flame Charge twice. Because this thing will die to another. And now, Yanma actually can't outspeed me at +1. That was massive damage. We're actually a really good spot now, thanks to that play. Water Pulse. He still outsped us? He must have been scarfed. He had to be scarfed. Alolan, Meowth. But that's fine. We are +2 speed. Okay, I need to see information right now. Yanma, 252, level 50, 161. We are starting at 220. He outspeeds us. I have to hope that he is modest. No, he's able to kill us. That's it. GG. Damn it. It was a hell of a run, guys. We brought an 0-2 team into playoffs, into the finals. G to Zug and his Louisville Noibats for sweeping the whole season. Massive GG to him. I don't know why Steam just popped up. I actually have no reason why Steam would have popped up. I didn't even click on it. But amazing game. I wish I had rethought and clicked Thunder on the Frogadier. This whole game would have been entirely different if that play had been made. Like I wanted to. The Skull Burns on Krokorok and Honedge really hurt because Shadow Sneak would have been able to kill the whatchamacallit, would have been able to kill the Frogadier from the range it was at, but unfortunately that happened. But what can you do? Regardless of some of that hacks and whatnot, like we battled back pretty good, and like that misplay with the misplay with I can't think of the words. The misplay with Blitzel was the costly thing. If we had just gone for a move that potentially could have just straight up killed it, we would have won the game and also been able to have 100% accurate Thunders for a little while there in the game as well. So that would have been really nice to have. But regardless, GG to him. He wins the championship and whatever right he wants to have for the next season. But we will be coming back for another season whenever that happens to be, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, though, guys, I am PokePrimer, and I am signing off. Peace.